If I could describe the Get My Life tour in one word, it would be vulnerability. Showing up for yourself is so important. Welcome to the Get My Life tour. I'm your host, Lydia T. Blanco. Hey y'all, and welcome to the Get My Life tour. It is me, your host, Lydia T. Blanco, and like always, I am so excited that you decided to show up for yourself. Oh my goodness, if this is your first time, thank you so much for taking the time to show up for yourself and join me here on the Get My Life tour. Thank you for taking time out of your day, on your commute, out of your life to tune in. Your time is most definitely valued. And if you have been rocking with me since day 1, day 2, day 8, day 89, whichever day. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. So I just realized you may not be commuting anywhere because of all this COVID-19 madness, the crisis, this national moment, and all of the shelterings, shutdowns, and things that are in place, right? But thank you anyways, right? Because there's so much that you can be doing right now. You could be on TikTok, dancing with your family and friends, or by yourself if you are sheltered in by yourself. Or you could be reading a book, whatever the case may be. But like I said, thank you again. So on this stop of the tour, I am by myself, but I am actually back in the Bay Area. Y'all, I made a sudden decision that I am so grateful for. I am so glad that I trusted my gut. So on Thursday night, was like, look, it's a lot going on. I live in Harlem by myself, and my close family is actually on the West Coast here in the Bay. And I was in Harlem on my 6th floor, and I was just like, how badly do I want to be sheltered in place by myself with oatmeal? I was like, I really don't. I was already working from home, and I was like, you know what? Fares are low. COVID-19 is running high, but I'm about to trust my gut and take this risk. So I did that. I bought a plane ticket for myself and my dog, and I traveled home Friday night and arrived to the Bay Saturday morning. And guess what? On Saturday, JFK, Newark, and Philadelphia airports were closed. I was just like, oh my gosh, something told me you need to be on the West Coast, close to your family during this time of uncertainty. These times are really unprecedented. We never seen these times before, right? So I was just like, look, I need to go home. And I'm so glad that I trusted my gut. Like I said, the airports closed near me the day that I arrived back to the Bay Area. So I know for certain that that was the most high. So that's what I want to talk about on this stop of the tour. Trusting your gut. I know everybody is talking about, all of the uncertainty that is taking place, but that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is, your intuition, your God-given intuition, your God-given ability to just trust that feeling, okay? So as I mentioned, on Thursday night, I was feeling really antsy, and I was like, something is telling me to buy a ticket to go home. Now, I said we weren't going to focus too much on this national health crisis, right? But in times of uncertainty, I feel like there are certain things that speak to us innately, and it's important to listen to that. So, as you know, I reside in Harlem, and I have been plotting on being bi-coastal for so long. And I'm someone who doesn't really like to share my goals too vastly, but since y'all are here on tour with me, I think it's appropriate, right? So I've had this goal of being bi-coastal for quite some time now. It has always been, something that I have been like, pressing towards, but I really haven't been able to secure it, right? So I come home quite often, or I'm traveling a lot for work, but I've been trying to strategically think about ways to get back to the Bay Area. At one point, I thought that would be technology. At another point, I thought it meant giving up everything and just moving home. But the uncertainty of that also had me creeped out. Well, not creeped out, excuse me, freaked out. But I felt on Thursday that this was an opportune time to come home and make the most of my time, right? So where I work, we have gone remote, and I just completed a really dope project and was super proud of the outcome. But I was just like, for some reason, I feel like, I could be good if this was like my last project before everybody is literally sheltered in. And do I want to work remotely from New York, or do I want to work remotely from California? And I was like, do I need to ask for permission, or do I just need to buy the ticket and ask for permission later? So I bought my ticket and asked for permission later. And I was just like, something is telling me that I need to go home. I need to be closer to my family. I could not imagine y'all being sheltered in on the 6th floor of my building with oatmeal while everyone else is on TikTok and close to their family and friends. That could not be my reality. I have shared a number of times that I've been in a transition, and right now I really need to be close to people who I love. And not to say that I don't have people who I love on the East Coast, but family is just different. I think everyone could agree, even if you've made, family out of your friends and people who you are extremely close with. So I bought that ticket Thursday night. Like I said, Friday I flew out, and Saturday, by the afternoon, the airports closest to me were closed. I'm so glad I trusted my gut. And in doing so, I received some really interesting news today. Really, really, really interesting. And I say interesting for lack of better words and out of respect for the situation. But I bought a one-way ticket to California. I'm not hinting at staying in California. That's not what I'm saying right now. But by me trusting my gut, I made room for the peace that we pray for during times of uncertainty. That is what I made room for. And now that I'm here on the West Coast, that peace has been put into perspective for me, because if I would have received the news that I received on the East Coast, I would have not been able to take it. I wouldn't have had the capacity just because of where I was. My gut told me to get up and go, and I am so grateful that I listened to that gut feeling. So I've actually heard go for quite some time now, and I have made, I don't want to say excuses, right? But I've rationalized a lot as to why it would take me a certain amount of time to execute on a strategy or, vision or plan, whatever the case may be. And I really feel like this time is opportune, because we are really going to see what people are committed to and what people are made of, right? I just had to add that in there. That really has nothing to do with trusting your gut, but I just had to say that. I listened to a message by Sarah Jakes Roberts this week, and it really moved me. It really touched me at my core. And one of the things that she said was that we are going to see what people are in covenant with, especially during, these times where people are panicked and fearful and really in uproar, right? So I'm going to just let that marinate with you. What else comes to mind is that when we trust our gut, it really gives us the opportunity to show ourselves what we are made of. I think when everything is calm around us, it's so easy to not take a risk or to not have to really listen to our gut or trust our intuition because things are normal, right? But when things are abnormal and we decide to trust our gut, we can really see how, enduring, how creative, how strong, how adaptable and fearless we are. We are made of atoms, right? And all of these things and elements and flesh and bones as well, right? But I honestly believe that when we trust our gut, we are revealed to ourselves in the way that we are able to see what it is that we are truly made of. At times we operate from such places of fear that we really don't know, what we're fully capable of because we're holding back so much. In going and trusting my gut, I have really had to sit down and be like, yo, Lydia, like, you know what? You are really fearless. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize how fearless I am. Now, I have many reservations. At times, I'm more of a worrier than I am a warrior. And I can be honest about that, right? I'm human. I'm here on this Get My Life tour. I am actively getting my life. I am doing my life's work. And I'm also, doing the work to be healthy and whole. And when you make a sudden decision based off your gut intuition, there's a different way that you have to trust yourself. There's a different way that you have to trust the Most High. And you really, can flex some muscles you did not know you had when things were calm, like I said, right? But also when you were operating from a place of fear. It's like going to the edge and being like, look, I don't have many options. I might as well just jump. Right. But if you saw that there were stairs or a helicopter waiting, you'd probably be a little bit more apprehensive. Right. But when you're like, look, I just got to go for it. I just got to trust my gut. Oh my gosh. It is such a rewarding feeling. Like when I tell y'all I am dealing with some stuff right now, I am dealing with some stuff. Maybe on, the next level of the Get My Life tour, I'll be able to reflect back on this stop and be more transparent. But, out of respect for my privacy and my peace, I am sharing boldly, but also with reservation because I have to protect myself in this moment as well, right? But just know that when you trust your gut, you will be revealed to yourself. Now, I have not arrived, okay, y'all? That is not what I'm saying. But there's a certain peace that I have now that I've trusted my gut. And then, like I said, there are some muscles that I've been able to exercise that I didn't even realize I had, but I was building them, through other experiences. And because I didn't feel like I needed them before, I wasn't using them. And now that I'm able to use them, I just realize how strengthened and how strong I am. In the same way that you are revealed to yourself, I believe that when you trust your gut, others reveal who they truly are. Now, you're probably like, what does trusting your gut have to do with others revealing who they are? Look, when you decide to make a sudden decision for yourself, to take care of self, to prioritize yourself and your well-being, people will show you their true colors. Okay. Now I told you I made a decision and asked for permission later. I also did seek wise counsel. And I say wise counsel because let me tell you, some people's advice, is just like, what do they say? Criticism in a cashmere sweater. I don't have time for it. Okay. So seek wise counsel. But I was wondering how people would respond to me taking care of myself. And some people responded the way that I anticipated, and others, at the end of the day, when you decide to trust your gut, you have to be committed, right? But you also, will be able to step to the side when you follow through on whatever your decision was and people begin to show their true colors. Look, you may be like, what does one thing have to do with the other? But if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Yes, that thing that you are thinking of, yes, that is what I'm talking about. And if I'm a little off, you know what I mean. Okay. You're probably like, yes, 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 that. You know, when you decide to take care of yourself, it is a very selfish thing, right? And I think that oftentimes people are offended by those who really prioritize their needs and what it is that they need to be healthy and whole. And for some reason, some people see that as opposition to whatever it is that they're setting out to do. But remember, when you decide to trust your gut, it is about you. It is not about anyone else. Sometimes in those moments where you have to listen to your intuition, it can be a matter of life or death spiritually. And I know that may sound deep or, what do you want to say, extreme. But look, there are so many things out there that can take you out if you do not take care of your heart, your dream, your vision. Just like you being healthy and whole and trusting your gut is something that you have to do. Trusting your gut is a very selfish decision and has nothing to do with anyone else. The moment you feel like, look, it's either me or this or now or never, do it. Just trust your gut. I'm telling you, there is no feeling than I should have. I feel like I should have is so deadly to the spirit, to the mind, to the body, because you live in that space of possibility that you didn't take advantage of, and it becomes regret and so many other things. Trust your gut. Sometimes I sit down and I think about all the moments I did not go for something, or all of the times where I was just too afraid to do something right now and I put it off and I did it later, or it didn't have the same impact, or an idea that I had and put out into the universe did not, I didn't execute on it and I saw it appear somewhere else. I just remember being so upset because I thought I should have went for it. I should have trusted my gut. When you do not trust your gut, oh my gosh, it is one of the worst feelings ever. And I feel like it is like the moments that we get, from the Most High, life in the universe, when we don't just go for what is already inside of us. That's what I want to say. I feel like trusting your gut is going for what is already inside of you. And when you trust it, that is when it manifests. Sometimes we sit on our dreams, on opportunities, or whatever it is that it is out there for us, that is inside of us, because we do not go and we don't trust our gut. Oh my gosh. Trust your gut. Okay. Listen. That's all you have to do. Listen and trust and know. Oh my gosh. Everything you need is already within you. Allow it to manifest by trusting. Trust that feeling. Oh my gosh, you've probably heard it. It's probably, just waiting for you to respond to trusting it. Okay, so I've been thinking about my mic drop moment and I had to write it down because it took a while to come to me. But my mic drop moment is trusting your gut is the act of responding to the Most High within you. I'm going to say it one more time. Trusting your gut is the act of responding to the Most High within you. Look, I hope you got what you needed on this stop of the tour. I hope that you also, continue to trust your gut. Listen to your intuition. It is for you. It is designed uniquely for you. Trust it. Go with it. Look, if you want to stay connected with the Get My Life Tour, be sure to follow the Get My Life Tour on Instagram and Facebook, and at Get My Life Tour on Twitter, and stay connected with me on my journalistic journey at Lydia T Blanco for all things lifestyle, fun, and, a little Get My Life Tour. I cannot wait to see you on the next stop of the tour. It is going to be great, okay? I'm going to let you know right now it's going to be a little lengthy, but it is going to be worth it. So until the next time, be blessed. Peace.